Hi guys, welcome back to my XPS guide. Now I'm gonna review Beryl. So Beryl is an AoE magic tank, and yes, he is a permanent character. So he is here to stay to compete with Awakened Rain. I also used Lilith as a comparison, but remember Lilith is limited, so it is not possible to get her. So let's just focus on Beryl and Awakened Rain. And if you take a look on their health, it is very good. Okay, Beryl has plus 600 MP health boost, which is higher than Awakened Rain. So Beryl gonna have a little bit more health than Awakened Rain. Same for the health boost. Beryl can learn 80% health boost, which is a little bit better than Awakened Rain. For MP, Beryl is also good, 50%, same like Awakened Rain. But as a tanker, we need to pay attention to both defense and spirit. For defense, Beryl is really bad. Like you can see, the base defense is only 169 and the defense boost only 20%. So it is lower than Awakened Rain, who can get 110% defense boost. And remember, Beryl cannot equip heavy shield. That will put him on disadvantage. But yeah, maybe you say Beryl is an AoE magic tank, not an AoE defense, physical tank. Yes, that's true, but remember, Beryl is also a provoker, so you may want to consider if you want to make Beryl into provoker, because his defense stats is not that good. But if you take a look on his spirit is pretty decent, 140%, about the same number like Awakened Rain. Okay, yes, I know that Awakened Rain has 170%, but that's also already count the Mysidia, I forgot the name, okay, Protector of Lapis or whatever, his Trust Master. And for Lilith, like you can see here, Lilith has lower spirit, but she has more balanced defense stats. Okay, interesting thing about Beryl here is his magic stats is quite decent, 193. If you pay attention to the magician on 7 stars, they usually get about 200 magic stats. So in this case, Beryl is not that different. Okay, yes, I know that this magic get 120%, while maybe the real mage get 140, 150%, but still Beryl is quite decent on this magic stats. Okay, and Beryl also get increased equipment magic when single wielding any weapon. His main weapon is dagger, and yeah, you need to equip a dagger to get this maximum stats boost. Okay, so if you, let's say, if you equip another weapon, then you won't get 120% magic and 140% spirit. You will get 30% lower than these numbers. Okay, Beryl is also a good counter attacker. He has increased counter chance, and even without increased counter chance, he already get 30%. So I'm not sure about the calculation, but I guess this means he has 60% counter chance. Okay, so he has 2 counter. The first is shadow counter. This is a magic damage with spirit scaling, so yes, it will deal out some damage. And the next one is everyone's hope. This will heal all allies, but if I'm not mistaken, it only can happen once per turn. Okay, not the best you can get, but still very nice. This is basically Curaga counter. Maybe with his high spirit, it will recover about 2000 health, which is quite decent, and 10% MP regen. And remember, he also deal extra damage against human. And yeah, on 6 stars, he casts Karmic Rhythm at the start of the battle. So this will increase your LBV rolls, mythical damage taken, increase spirit 150%. But I think this Karmic Rhythm is not that useful. Okay, except for the increased LB gauge fill rate, because the other buffs are below average. 20% is below average, 150% maybe not below average, but let's say if you have top tier buffer, then you only get 20 or 30% extra spirit. Okay, not bad, but not special or anything, I guess. On 7 stars, if you equip his Trustmaster Light Vengeance, you will get 30% physical evasion, which kind of fix his weakness for physical attack. Okay, will boost his survivability a little bit, and will give him stop immunity, which is good because if I'm not mistaken, if you get stopped, you cannot protect your allies. And Light and Dark Resist, which is very niche but useful when needed, because remember, he is an AoE magic tank. AoE magic tank really need elemental resist sometimes, okay? And they increase modifier damage to some of his skills. So far, I think his stats is pretty decent, but as a tanker, no fatal damage protection is kinda downer for me, okay? But still very good and can become a good alternative for Awakened Rain. Enough about stats, now let's talk about abilities. So for ability, the first I want to talk is Total Eclipse. It is his AoE magic protection. And why is it special? It has 5% higher chance compared to other AoE magic protection. Okay, 80%, but the damage mitigation is still the same. Maybe you say it is not matter, okay, but still it can prevent mess up sometimes, okay, unlucky chance. Next is Alone in the Dark, increased chance of being targeted. This is basically impregnable, but like I said, be careful because his defense stats is low, okay? And usually on the battle, you need to bring 1 type AoE protection and 1 provoker. And I think Beryl is not fit to become a provoker. So use him if you need AoE magic tank and use other character as a provoker. Other than tanking, Beryl also able to break enemies' stats, okay, very good. He can break 50% attack and magic. And like you know that tanker usually have so much free time after they provoke, after they use AoE protection skill. So this can become a nice backup. Let's say after you dispel the enemy buff, you can simply use Beryl to inflict attack and magic break again, and 50% is a little bit above average, so pretty good. Next is Paint It Black. This is niche buff, okay, but it is also useful to add some element to your attack. Remember that he has some attack which are very strong and can chain with your favorite attackers, so add an element to yours will be very useful to inflict elemental chain. And next is Heaven Mode. This will remove all buff from caster. So I think this, not I think, okay, but this will remove your, I forgot the name, okay, Karmic Rhythm buff. So this will make him into a magical attacker, okay. Increase magic 130%, increase LB gauge fill rate for 3 turns, refresh MP. Not that special, but what's special from this skill is Seraphic Call. Seraphic Call will allow you to use your Heaven skill 2 times per turn. I will talk about that later. But now, next provoking skill is Everyone's Grudge. This will increase chance of being targeted again, another provoking skill, but instead of damage mitigation, it gives you health barrier 3000, which is quite nice, and chance to counter physical attack with physical damage with spirit scaling. This is basically kinda dangerous, okay, because the chance to counter is physical attack. So basically you want to draw physical attack, but like I have said, he has low defense, so he may die from provoking physical attack. But if you can survive, it will be good damage because the damage based on spirit and the damage multiplier 6 times. And if you take a look here, there is no maximum note, okay, so I believe you can counter as many times as you like, not sure, but again quite dangerous because of his low defense. So now his Heaven abilities, okay, you can, after you use, I forgot the name, after you have Seraphic Call, you can use these abilities twice per turn. And like you can see, this is very amazing, okay, because he can chain with 3 different chaining skill family. The first is Octaslash, okay, so Heaven Penance Poke. This deals 2.5 times damage, and when you reach 7 stars form, you get +1 damage modifier, 3.5 with Ignore Spirit. That means it deals 7 times damage. This magic damage is, yeah, it deals magic. It is a magic damage, but physical. It is physical attack that deal magic damage. I forget the. But the point is, you can, you will attack twice if you are using dual wield, but you don't want to equip dual wield, so you use Seraphic Call instead, okay, to be able to cast this twice. Next is Heaven Judgment. This is, I'm not sure whether this is that powerful. Basically, I prefer his other skills, okay, like this one, Heaven Force of Light. This is maybe my favorite because 4.8 times +2 on 7 stars means 6.8 times. Very nice damage modifier, and it can chain with our favorite chaining skill, Divine Ruination. This means he can chain with Hyo. Okay, remember that later Beryl also learned triple cast, okay, so he can become perfect chaining partner with Hyo. Next is Heaven Unite Building. This can chain with Chaos Wave, another amazing character, Transtera. So really guys, Beryl is really insane and versatile in terms of slot efficiency. Now let's take a look on his cooldown. The first is Born to Die, Hell Mode. Okay, so this will steal all debuff. Okay, attack, elemental impedal. I'm not sure, but maybe it won't steal something like Berserk or that, but it's okay. But yeah, this is very unique, and you will be dead. Okay, and if you dead, then it can be quite dangerous for all allies because AoE magic tank is gone now. It is gone, but he also gives you 40% mitigation, which is maybe useful, okay, to hold back some damage from the enemy. So yeah, use this when you think you can survive the attack from the enemy, okay? Maybe your characters, maybe don't use this on threshold attack, because on threshold attack, you probably need Beryl to protect your party, but on normal turn, I think 40% damage mitigation quite enough, okay? Next is Born to Die Heaven Mode. So this will, yeah, deal like magic damage, but I don't think it can be chained with anything, so not that good. It will impedal light resist 100%, which is another good thing, okay, especially if you use light elemental weapon or battle something like Hasiko, okay, because Hasiko weak against light. With this, you will deal insane amount of damage, and it also break defense and spirit, which is insane, okay, because you probably able, this one basically use if you want to one-shot. Maybe after you reach, let's say, 60% or 50% enemy's health, and you need to one-shot that enemy from death. This is the skill you want to use, okay? Very good. And next, Seraphic Install. This will mitigate magic damage taken 90% to himself. So this is the skill when you face enemy threshold attack. Okay, really good. Like you can see here, on this department, on AoE magic protection, he can compete with Awakened Rain really well. Okay, with this 90%, I believe he can survive enemy's threshold attack. And finally, the last Seraphic Install, Heaven Mode. This is the skill that I have talked about. Okay, you can use, you will get, Seraphic Redemption. Okay, and with this use, you will, I believe that Seraphic Call will be permanently installed on you until you die. But yeah, Seraphic Redemption only available for 3 turns. But it is really good because you can use your previous Heaven abilities 3 times per turn. So you will get good chaining partner for you. Congratulations for that. And finally, his LP is magic damage that will break. Okay, 74% all stats break. It is pretty good. So I think, yeah, Beryl is really good. Okay, he can become AO magic tank, chainer, and also a breaker. So 3 roles in one character. Remember that while you waiting for this LP, you can use his normal break, which is 50%. It is already above average. So very good characters, guys. So enough about his abilities. Now let's take a look on his equipment. So his equipment is the thing that I don't like. Okay, the only thing that I don't like is actually only the weapon, because to get 30% magic and spirit from his passive, you need to equip dagger. But to find a dagger that has good magic and spirit is very hard. Okay, unless you manage to get 4 burial, then it's possible. But if what you get only 1 7-star burial, then you will have a problem to find a good dagger for him. Okay, the first, yeah, the defender's dagger is very good, but it's limited. Next is lightning dagger. It is from the story mode. Okay, and it has, if I'm not mistaken, about 40 magic and has lightning damage. This is good dagger for Beryl, because that means he can deal elemental chain with Tonitrus Hyo or Bahamut tier Hyo. Next is bread of rose. And remember, if you want to use sword, okay, if you want to use sword, let's say you want to use Fryevia's needle to chain with Fryevia, you can do that, but remember, you will lose 30% magic and spirit from his passive. But I think it may be worth, because you will get much higher magic. And remember that Beryl also has 100% magic from equipment when he single wield, so you can still get that to compensate for this 30%. Because if you equip dagger, sure, you will get 30% magic and spirit, but the 100% equipment magic boost will be lower, because your dagger doesn't have as many magic as your sword. Okay, for the rest equipment is simple. Simply search for equipment that boosts your magic and spirit at the same time. You can see here, and yeah, you can equip his Trust Master reward, because I don't see stacking warning on the wiki page. So I believe you able to equip Likes Vengeance as many as possible. Okay, but if you cannot stack that, then simply equip other things like Head Mastery, Adventurer 5, and something like that. Okay, enough about equipment. My conclusion for Beryl. So Beryl is another character that I really love. Okay, because he is really slot efficient. Like I've said, breaker, tanker, chainer on the exact same character. Okay, and his AoE magic protection is not inferior than Awaken Rain. It is about the same, but I don't say which one is better. Okay, on terms of protecting allies from magic, I think both of them are equal. But in terms of side abilities, I cannot say which one is better, because depends what you need. If what you need is a supporter like all elements protection, extra provoke, then it is obvious Awaken Rain win. But if what you need is chaining helper, then Beryl is the winner, right? And yes, his Trust Master is very good. Okay, because you can stack it, but I can be wrong. Okay, so for comparison, Thirst for Survival is good, but you cannot stack that. But this one, you don't have any stack limitation. And for Super Trust Master, it is also very good dagger, but I think he is the only one who needed the most. Okay, because high magic and spirit. What I don't like about Beryl is it is kind of hard to find good dagger with good magic and spirit. Maybe we will get budget version of the good dagger in the future, but for now it is hard. Okay, and his defense stats is low, so maybe it is quite dangerous to make him into a provoker. Also, inability to equip heavy shield is a big turn off for me. But still, I think if you don't have an AoE magic tank right now and you have one Beryl, then I can say he is worth for your UOC ticket. I give him 10 out of 10. Okay, one of the best character on this game. Okay, so yep, I think that's all you need to know. Thank you very much for watching. Press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Private Views guide. Bye bye guys.